Good evening. I'll talk to you. My name is Les, spirit name I'll talk. In today's video, we will be performing an annual energy reading into the Divine Feminine Collective. This is my self-created divination or tarot divination. I refer to it as the Isis Tree of Life. The structure of the tree is indicated by the image in the thumbnail, and each layer of the tree refers to a different area or aspect of life, with the base of the tree being a higher self overall overview or general advice messages. So let's get into shuffling the cards out. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome in. Good evening. Welcome in. Good evening. Welcome in. While I'm still shuffling, just to tell you a little more about this divination style. I am divinating an Isis Tree of Life. The Isis Tree of Life does have the intentions to convey shadow, unconscious, or hidden aspects of the reading focus. So for today's reading, the focus is going to be the Divine Masculine Collective. Each layer or level of the tree refers to a different area of life, beginning from the self to the spirituality, with the 13th layer and base of the tree being higher self overview, or general advice messages that, and those messages may or may not directly relate back to the full tree itself, or it could your higher self is wanting you to know. But the first layer of the tree is going to reflect the self. So this will be for you, Divine Masculine. This is going to indicate your energy for the next 12 months. The reading can have energetic effect for 12 to 18 months, but generally 12 months. The second level of the tree is going to be the essentially your divine partner or partnership, Divine Masculine. The third level is going to be the creation of the interaction, or the creation from the interaction between level 1 and level 2, essentially how you and your divine partner or partnership are mutually interacting. The fourth level of the tree reflects back to the astrological indicator of 4. So it refers to the ideals and archetype of the sign Cancer. This is going to be reflective of the area of your life that deals with personal satisfaction, family, and or close friendships. Level 5 of the tree is going to be reflective of the external world. So people, places, things, but more likely situations going on around you, Divine Masculine. Level 6 is going to be the mutual interaction between level 5 and level 1. So it's experiencing and perceiving level the or the interaction with level 5. Level 7 of the tree is going to refer to, is going to refer to external social connections, but more distant than those of level 5. So this could be acquaintances, not as close friends, co-worker dynamics, or just people you casually know. The mutual interaction between level 7. So how you are perceiving and interacting with the dynamics or with the situations of level 7. To also be reflective of its astrological correspondent. So that would be the ideals and archetype of Jupiter and Sagittarius. So essentially religion and spirituality, but it's your conscious perception of spirituality, not the unconscious or subconscious interaction of your spirituality. It's going to be how you physically interact with your spirituality here on Earth. Level 10 is going to be the mutual relationship between level 9 and level 1. So how you feel about the spiritual experience or perspective that you are currently experiencing. Level 11 refers to divine or forces, essentially your spirit team, spirit guides, forces that you personally connect with that support and guide you. Level 12 is going to be the mutual relationship between level 11 and level 1. So how you are perceiving and responding to your divine forces, your spirit team. And the 13th and final level of the tree, which is also its base, is going to be higher self overview, or general guidance messages. It may or may not directly relate to the messages that levels, or it could be separate, just need to know messages from your spirit team. So this is a 55 card spread, which is why the energy is reflective of 12 to 18 months. It truly is meant to be a deep look into your unconscious and subconscious experience, Divine Masculine. Good evening. Welcome in. Good evening. Welcome in. Good evening. Welcome in. Okay, Divine Masculine, thank you for your patience as I shuffled out the cards. So, to get into your 2025 yearly subconscious, unconscious, shadow, hidden aspects reading, this is the Aziza's tree of life. As I stated before, there are 13 layers to the tree, with each layer representing a different area or aspect of life, beginning with the self and ending with spirituality, and the 13th final layer and the base of the tree being reflective of higher self overview or general advice messages. The first card presenting to indicate your sense of self for the first layer within the tree is going to be the Three of Cups. So this is indicating to me, Divine Masculine, that the energy that you're going to be in over the period of the next year, 12 to 18 months, essentially, is going to be an emotional collaboration. This could be with a group, third party situation, but essentially this is going to be you emotionally interacting with another or with others that is not going to be a mutually exclusive partnership. The three suits does refer to third party energy. So this emotional connection that you will be experiencing is not going to be with a divine partnership, essentially. This could be a romantic connection, but if this is a romantic, or if it's multiple romantic connections, the connections, whether it's a single connection or connections, are going to be divine partnership connections. This is just going to be casual emotional relationships with others, essentially. Now, for the second layer of your tree, this is going to reflect your other self, your external self, essentially your true divine partnership. The dynamic for your divine partner, divine masculine, the cards that have presented are the Two of Cups reverse and the Moon reverse. This is indicating to me, divine masculine, that your partner, which would be divine feminine, will be experiencing a period of, or for the next year or so, they're going to be in a general state of emotional imbalance within themselves. This is someone who does not have emotional security. Not only do they not have emotional security, whatever the emotional situation they're going through, it's something that is spiritually unaligned for them with this moon card in the reverse presenting. I Because the cups is the emotional suit within the tarot, does reflect emotions. These cards are mutually exclusive, meaning whatever spiritual imbalance your divine partner is experiencing, it has to do with the emotional insecurity that they are also experiencing. So it feels that your divine partner, the divine feminine, is needing to better or to more emotionally stabilize themselves. The dynamic does not indicate whether the two of you are physically within partnership, but because you did have the Three of Cups that presented for your dynamic, and your partner has the Two of Cups reversed, this is indicating that your partner is not in an emotional state just within themselves. So I doubt they would be in a healthy emotional state for a physical partnership. And that's just on your partner's end, but on your end, you are also not even wanting to connect, but you are connecting with other emotional or romantic connections that is not your divine partner. Now, for the third layer, this is going to be the creation of the first and second level, so, or first, yes, first and second level of the tree. So, essentially, your divine partner or your divine partnership are interacting with each other. The cards that have presented are the Six of Wands, the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So, with the Six of Wands in the upright, this is indicating that between the two of you, both parties um, are experiencing some type of new physical interaction beyond a period of change, growth, or evolution. Five numerologically is the number of, excuse me, of change, and six being one beyond that indicates the continuation or the furthering of the energy from a change. So it's essentially how you move forward after a transition or some significant change or difference to your situation. The wand suit specifically refers to physical effort. So there is something that both partners physically worked to change within or about themselves, and they are working, moving forward and working with the energy of that change, of that evolution. So it's essentially This is an expansive um, dynamic, meaning it's a healthy growth that has occurred. However, with this Four of Cups in reverse, this is indicating that what I was picking up from the first and second, this is reaffirming what I was picking up from the first and second level. But this card specifically is stating that the partnership is not in mutual alignment. The four suits are going to be my personal indicators of partnerships with the way I interpret. And so, with Cups in reverse, this is stating that the two partners are not in emotional alignment. And that's exactly what I was picking up. You were presenting within the Three of Cups, so you are emotionally connecting with others who are not your partner, and your partner is unable to healthily emotionally interact with the connection because they have some emotional upset going on with themselves, and they are spiritually unaligned connections. And because your partner is spiritually unaligned, the partnership itself is also going to be unaligned. With the of Pentacles and the reverse, this is indicating to me that even though the two of you are, I assume, physically disconnected from each other because you are interacting with others and your partner is just not in a healthy state, that even though the two of you are physically wanting to be with each other in a consistent manner, that would have been indicated with the Eight of Pentacles upright. With it being in reverse, it's essentially stating that the two parties are not able to have a consistent and long lasting physical connection. Eight numerologically is a number of infinity, continuation, continuity. And the Pentacle suit refers to physical manifestation. So that could be material possessions, physical surroundings, satisfaction. I I intuitively sense that the Pentacles is reflective of just general manifestations. The two of you are unable to physically have each other, are unable to physically be with or even around each other because it can be physical environment. Nor are the two of you able to experience a satisfaction with each other, and that again supports what the Four of Cups in reverse is indicating. This itself is the emotional um, connection, and within the situation of this dynamic, it's specifically emotional disconnection within the partnership. Okay, for your fourth layer, this is going to be your overall life satisfaction, but it could also it's it's essentially the dynamic of your most intimate experience. So it could be your general life satisfaction, how content you are with where you are in life, or it could reflect to your familial or close friendship, social connections. But it's just the most intimate interaction that you are currently experiencing, divine feminine, or excuse me, divine masculine. And so the cards that have presented for you are going to be the Ten of Wands upright, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords reverse, and the Knight of Cups reverse. Okay, divine masculine. I was just getting a general understanding of the card dynamics. But with this Ten of Wands in the upright, this is going to whatever this interaction physically is. And unfortunately, the cards itself is not specifically indicating if it's your overall life satisfaction or if it's a familial or close friendship interaction. And because it's not indicating, one moment. Okay, so just looking over the cards, because every single court or every single suit is being represented, wands, pentacles, swords, and cups. I do feel that this is going to be your overall life satisfaction. With the Ten of Wands in the upright, this is indicating that the satisfaction that you're experiencing or you will be experiencing over the next year, divine masculine, is something that you have created for yourself. 10 is going to be logical number of completion, wands being the physical effort suit. This is indicating that you have put in complete, consistent, diligent, and perseverant effort to accomplishing, having, and maintaining whatever satisfaction that you're currently experiencing, divine masculine. Not only have you put in this effort, but you have been successful in your specific intentions. With this card being upright, this does indicate that there is a success, a completion, a fulfillment of whatever it is you were physically working towards. And from you working towards your satisfaction, you are able to establish and maintain your sense of security and satisfaction with what you receive from this work. That's indicated with the King of Pentacles in the upright. This is a masculine figure who not only has everything that they want and need, they are able to acquire what they want and need for themselves. They have complete physical satisfaction in their lives. However, this is followed by the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So even though you worked to achieve what you currently have and you're enjoying what you currently have, it's not in complete alignment for you. This Knight of Swords in reverse is indicating that regardless of your physical satisfaction, mentally, whether you consciously are aware of it or not, mentally, you do have a disconnect that you're experiencing. This Knight of Swords reverse specifically is going to be a mature masculine from the king, but he's also someone who either doesn't have the best ideas in problem solving or just general decision making, or he doesn't have the best intentions in the choices that he makes. So, with this Knight of Swords reverse following this King of Pentacles upright and Ten of Wands, even though you're enjoying what you have, you worked hard for it. Um, whatever it is that you are experiencing and are seemingly enjoying, long term is not was not the best decision for you. It is not the best decision for you. It is not in mental agreement with you. It feels that whatever it is that you're currently experiencing and enjoying, at some point you're going to realize that this situation, this interaction is not the best for you. And with this Knight of Cups in reverse, very similar to the Knight of Swords, but just within the emotional state, emotionally, you're not satisfied. So this feels egoically, you're experiencing contentment with what you have. And the King of Pentacles does have, not all the time, but can have the tendency of being materialistic. So it feels that you are enjoying your life possessions from a materialistic perspective, but from a deeper standpoint, what you have currently is mentally and emotionally unaligned for you. You are needing something different, something more mature, essentially, because in the areas of your mental state and emotional state, you are less mature than how you. Now, level 5 is going to be your external situation. This could be a person, place, thing, or situation, but generally it's going to be the external environment. So the place or the situation that you are experiencing around you. The cards that have presented are the Lovers, the Nine of Swords reverse, the Four of Wands reverse, excuse me, King of Wands reverse, and the World reverse. So as I just to reiterate before, over the next year, you are emotionally and romantically interacting and connecting with others who are not your divine partnership. And your divine partner is also experiencing emotional upset or disconnect within themselves. However, with this lover card in the upright presenting for your external situation, indicating most, this is indicating to me that most these other romantic connections because you're actually intending to look for your divine partner. With this lovers in the upright, this is indicating that the divine partnership is on its current path to alignment, fulfillment, and completion. With from your third level, which is the interacting dynamic between yourself and your divine partner, the Four of Cups in the reverse did present, which is a partnership indicator, and specifically was indicating an emotional disconnect within the partnership. This lovers is, despite the emotional disconnect within the partnership, because the two of you, even though you are separated, even though you divine masculine are interacting with others, you are on your current highest path to attract in the divine partnership. However, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, even though you physically are on your path, mentally you haven't physically completed the partnership because mentally the two of you, I sense, are not accepting each other. The Nine of Swords in reverse is dynamic, is specifically um, an unsuccess when working towards a particular mental goal or problem objective. Essentially, the sword suit is going to be the mental or communication suit. And 10 neurologically is a number of completion. 9 being one short of that indicates a diligent and perseverant work towards completion, but not yet reaching it, but it's still working towards it. With this being in the reverse, this is indicating that there may be mental effort on one or both parts of the partnership, but because this is just okay, this is the external connection, but with this lovers card and the 4 of Wands, which I haven't gotten to yet, both of these cards are indicating to me that the external situation is specifically referring to the external interaction of your divine partnership, divine masculine. That's what is intuitively being indicated to me. Please excuse me. This external situation is the or physical manifestation or dynamic of your divine partnership. And so this 9 of Swords in reverse is particular thoughts, which I feel would be thoughts or the decision or yes, the decision to want to manifest the partnership in. But one or both of you are uncertain how to successfully bring this to understand what it is that you physically need to manifest this partnership. With the 4 of Wands in the reverse, this, as I stated before, the 4 suits are going to be my partnership indicators. Wands refers to physical effort or manifestation. And so the 4 of Wands in reverse is indicating that physically the two of you, one or the both of you, are not working towards bringing the partnership in. And I do feel for a number of reasons, one being this King of Wands in reverse, but I will get to that in a moment. I do feel and the other indicator would be the 3 of Cups in the upright. I do intuitively feel that at the very least, if it's not both partners, at the very least, it is you, divine masculine, who is not physically working towards this connection because you romantically are interacting with others. If the divine feminine is also physically not working towards bringing in the partnership, it's because she's still having this emotional disconnect. So this could be one or both parties. Intuitively, I feel it's more strongly you because of this King of Wands reverse that follows. I intuitively feel this is going to be your energy because this is a masculine card. Excuse me. But it's also possible that it's both parties that are physically unable to manifest or attract in the connection. And with divine partnerships, it's very common for the partners to mirror each other. So the energetic dynamic that one partner is experiencing is most likely being experienced in a very similar or very mirrored way as the other. With the King of Wands in reverse, as I was stating from the previous card, this is going to be a masculine figure who is wanting to work towards a particular goal, effort, or pursuit, but is either unable to successfully put in effort towards the goal or is unable to successfully receive the specific intention of the effort. So because you had this, because you have this Three of Cups, and based on what I was sensing previously, where you're in this Three of Cups because you yourself have the intentions of attracting your divine partnership. This King of Wands is in the reverse because the physical effort that you are is not towards your divine partner that you're wanting to have. So your divine partnership is the intentions of this wands. And with this King of Wands being in the reverse, it's in the reverse because the effort that you are putting in, your intention is not being met, essentially. Now, with the World card in reverse, this does indicate that from you experiencing this situation, you genuinely, emotionally, and physically wanting to bring in your romantic connection, it does cause you to look more deeply at yourself to gain new understanding and perspective. The World card in the upright is a situation in which someone embraces their external world um, in order to receive spiritual understanding, wisdom, and expansion. They're allowing the universe to create situations or circumstances that will allow them to grow. As a person, with this being in the reverse, this is indicating that you are not going outward, but you are going inward to have this understanding. Essentially, with you, despite you having success romantically with others, it is not the emotional connection that you more deeply want to have. And so you essentially start to question yourself and your intentions with this World card in reverse. You begin to self and try to understand what is it about you, divine masculine, that prevents this partnership and connection to be manifested and attracted. Now, for your sixth level, for the sixth layer of your tree, divine masculine, this is going to be the mutual relationship between level 1 and level 5. So, essentially, how you feel or what you feel about the external experience you're having. The cards that have presented for you are the King of Cups, Six of Cups reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Eight of Cups reverse, and the Temperance. So the dynamic of your external experience does end with you going inward. For the interaction between you and your external experience, the way that you feel begins with you indicated as the King of Cups. This is someone, whatever internal work you did within this world in reverse, it does have success and completion because you essentially present as the King of Cups in the upright. This is someone who has emotional maturity, someone who has emotional control, but also someone who emotionally vulnerable in that they are able to feel, express, and understand their the emotional connections that they are experiencing. However, with the Six of Cups in the reverse, this is indicating that despite you having this new emotional understanding and expansion of yourself, you are unsure how to move forward with this new understanding. Intuitively, what I'm picking up is you better under emotionally, but that understanding still does not allow you to it doesn't allow you to understand how to attract in this partnership. You still are emotionally disconnected and disconnecting because you still are unable to attract in the partner that you're wanting to attract in, which is going to be the divine feminine. And because of this, or I feel that this dynamic is because you have not and are not putting in the physical effort towards yourself in order to grow and expand as a person. With this Two of Wands in the reverse, this is indicating someone who essentially is not working for themselves, is not working for best, highest, and greatest potential. The two suits is going to be satisfaction or physical effort or manifestation is indicating that you are not putting in physical effort towards yourself. You're not working on yourself. Even though you went in internal to understand yourself with this world in reverse, you have you have better emotional understanding, but you don't have physical satisfaction. Or if you do, which you are experiencing some physical satisfaction, the King of Pentacles that presented for you earlier, it's not the physical satisfaction that you more deeply need. And that's, again, what I was picking up from this King of Pentacles because it was followed by the Knight of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse. And again, that emotional disconnect. And now that I've looked back at this, over the next year, you do experience, certainly experience emotional maturity because you had presented as the Knight of Cups reverse earlier in the reading. Is going to be the less masculine court dynamic. And so for you to go from the Knight to the King, the Knight reverse to the King upright is a significant um, maturation. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, this is indicating to me that you're actually starting to see and understand that the romantic connections you had been going towards with this Three of Cups upright are not the connections for you. The Three of Wands and the upright would have indicated that you were still putting in this third party group or collaborative situation, which I intuitively sense is going to non divine partnership connections because of this Three of Cups in the upright. You're releasing the physical intentions that you have towards these romantic connections. So you are maturing in that regard, divine masculine. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, not only have with the Eight of Cups in reverse followed by this Three of Wands in reverse, so not only have you released the physical effort of entering these non-divine romantic partners, also releasing your emotional attachment to these other connections. The Eight of Cups in the upright would have indicated that you are maintaining and indulging, essentially, these romantic or emotional connections. But with this card being in reverse of the attachment that you previously held. With the Temperance in the upright, this is going to be further spiritual growth and expansion. It's very interesting that the final card from your previous row was also a spiritual card. So spirituality, it expanding your spirituality is going to, what I'm intuitively picking up from the dynamic and the placement of these cards. Spiritual expansion is going to be an end goal for you. However, your life looks divine masculine, however that physically looks, because it is different for everyone. This is a collective reading. You are needing spiritual expansion and growth. This Temperance card in the upright specifically refers to spiritual and expansion and growth through patience. You're needing to, quite frankly, the what I intuitively sense, you're needing to spend time with yourself. Divine. You are physically and emotionally disconnecting with these third party romantic situations, but you don't need to continue your effort towards attracting in your divine partnership because you're needing to go with a bit more. You're needing higher, more maturity. To take a step back, pause, and reflect, but genuinely reflect and understand your situation and why your situation is what it is and how to move forward from your current situation. Now for your seventh tree layer, which is going to be more or less intimate social connections. So this could be acquaintances, not close friendships. This could be neighbors or even coworkers. But the cards that have presented for this dynamic for you, Divine Masculine, are the Eight of Swords reverse, the Hanged Man reverse, Death upright, Two of Swords, the Star, and the Emperor. So Looking at the cards, just overall in a general sense, I do feel that this may be reflective of a or simply a work dynamic, because cards suit presents twice. The remaining cards are major arcana, which is very significant, but I will get into those dynamics later. But within this dynamic would be the swords or the mental suit. Associate swords with work or working environment, some form of it. I wanted to say some form of employment, but honestly, work doesn't have to be employment. Um, Intentional purpose for a completion of a goal or project. That could be employed work or just work, any type of labor that has a particular intended fulfillment. With this Eight of Swords in reverse, this is indicating that you are actually experiencing not emotional. It could be emotional since that word wanted to come out on its own, but you're experiencing mental disconnect with the situation you currently or had been um, experiencing. And this is whatever however this dynamic specifically looks for you. This is going to be a connection that has existed long term for you, as indicated by the eight suit. Eight numerologically is the number of infinity, continuity, consistency. So whatever this interaction was, you were consistently interacting with it, but you no longer feel that you could or with it, or you're just starting to feel mental disconnect with this dynamic. You're no longer experiencing, or you no longer feel from this interaction. Mental, as I stated, this is any distant or less than intimate social connection. So it could be a coworker co-working working situation, which I intuitively sense could resonate because of the swords cards that presented. But it could also be general friends, not necessarily close friends. This could be acquaintances, neighbors, strangers, even people that you generally interact with and socialize with. But for this reading, whatever the dynamic is for you personally, Divine Masculine, to know which dynamic it is, it's going to be whichever of those social dynamics also were long term or are long term connections. That's going to be the resonating dynamic for you personally, Divine Masculine. So yes, you're experiencing this mental disconnect, or you're starting to experience and feel that the connection is no longer aligned with you, is no longer serving you, is no longer working for you. And with this Hangman in reverse, This is indicating to me that you're wanting to question, the situation that you're in, but you may not have the needed perspective. The hangman in the upright is a dynamic and situation in which someone intentionally seeks new and different experiences and connections in order to receive a new perspective or in order to receive wisdom and maturation. This card is called the Hanged Man when it's upright because it is a dynamic in which someone hangs themselves upside down in order to look at the world differently, to have that different and new perspective and point of view. So this card is very intentional in that it intends to seek for a different interaction, a different experience. You are wanting to have something different from what you were previously experiencing, but you are uncertain how to actually achieve that because this hanged man is in the reverse. Your intentions with this card is not being met or fulfilled. So you are not receiving the new perspective or the understanding of your situation. And I intuitively feel that that understanding is why you're having this mental disconnect with this social interaction. With the death card in the upright, however, this is going to indicate to me that even receive this new perspective through your intentions, it causes disconnect for you, or it makes you realize how dissatisfied you are with this disconnect. It causes you to undergo ego death, divine masculine. And at sixth and fifth layers, the two, the temperance and the world card, both indicators that, as I stated before, the an end goal for you is going to be spiritual expansion and growth. That spiritual expansion and growth is being specifically indicated with this death card upright. So the impressions that I was picking up from the previous cards is working itself out within this layer and level now. With you undergoing this ego death, and I really feel that I don't need to expand upon this card even more. It's a very straightforward, clear meaning and intention. With you undergoing this ego death, you are able to better mentally stabilize yourself with this Two of Swords in the upright. Whatever mental disconnect that you're experiencing with this Eight of Swords in the reverse, you coming to terms with your situation. Because you had this ego death occur, it's very likely that the satisfaction you're now having with the Two of Swords is going to be because you have a perspective that is entirely different from whatever it is you were previously experiencing. With the star and the upright, this is very affirming of your journey, divine masculine. The star upright is someone who is on their divine purpose, on their divine path. The star can is such a spiritual card. It can be interpreted in a number of ways, but I feel that this card presenting in the way it has only one intention to indicate that you are on your purpose, with this card being in the upright. Now, with the Emperor in the upright, with you better grounding yourself, and coming into better satisfaction and alignment divine masculine, you are able to actually act within your divine masculine dynamic. The Emperor card is the divine masculine of the tarot deck. There is no other card that would refer to you, divine masculine, in a better capacity than the Emperor. This is someone who has complete satisfaction and control over every area of their life. The Emperor is going to be the masculine. What's the word I'm looking for? The masculine master of all four suits. So the Emperor has full understanding and control over his swords, so mental and communication. Cups, your emotional experience. Wands, your physical effort towards a particular goal or pursuit, or the physical work that you put in towards a goal or pursuit. And the Pentacles, which is going to be the physical manifestation from the wands or the physical effort. So this is essentially indicating that um, growth and expansion indicated by the Temperance and the World reverse, you will be experiencing that growth, divine masculine. Layer 8 is going to be the mutual interaction between layers 1 and 7. So how you are perceiving or responding to the um, social connections around you. And I guess to go back to that layer really quickly, I really think this the social connection that came through just after I was able to get into the full message for this level. I was initially sensing that this dynamic, for a majority or a significant um, portion of the divine masculine collective, this would have been reflective of work situations, but because of the swords suits. But looking over it, it really could just be any social interaction, because swords is going to be the mental and communication aspect of interaction, divine masculine. And honestly, you can communicate with any type of person regardless of their connection to you specifically. It doesn't have to be a coworker or working relationship. It's just intuitively sensing that, because the swords, I personally interpret more reflective of work type relationships, because it specifically is the mental suit, and working requires and involves problem solving. The swords is going to be the problem solving. But regardless of whatever the social dynamic physically is for you, the way that you feel about it, divine masculine, the cards that have presented for you are the Five of Swords reverse, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant reverse, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hermit reversed. So with the Five of Swords in reverse, this is indicating to me that you are actually coming into mental acceptance of the situation. Five, as I stated before, is the numerological number of change. So the Five of Swords in the upright would have indicated that you were changing your perspective. It could indicate that you were changing your perspective, but it could also indicate a difference in perspective between you and another dynamic. Since five is a number of change, differences can be considered change because when you look at the reality of one being versus the reality of another being, they're different, but the realities themselves are changed because they're not the same, essentially. And so I feel that that is more reflective of the intention with this card. But with it being in the reverse, this is saying that you no longer feel, or you're no longer mentally or communicatively interacting with the previous situation in a disconnected or at odds manner. You're not, it's still not working with or for you, but you no longer feel the disconnect. You are coming into acceptance of what the situation is. And I really feel that you're only able to come into acceptance of what the situation is because you had to let the situation go. You've experienced ego death from the situation, and that allowed you to gain your own personal satisfaction and understanding and mental contentment. But you're essentially a different person. So that's why you're able to come into acceptance, because the situation is not what it had been before. You're not the same person you were before. With the Ace of Wands in the upright, this is indicating that from this change in perspective and experience, and from stabilizing this mental disconnect you're having, you're actually now able to start attracting in new intentions, goals, or pursuits. The wands, as I stated, is going to be the physical effort or manifestation suit. The ace suits refers to creation, beginnings, or new beginnings, new creations. So it could be first creations, original creations, or it could be new or innovative, evolutionary creations. Because, let me see, I believe you do have a wands indicator. At the towards the very beginning of your reading, you were presenting to have been interacting within your Ten of Wands. Whatever it is that you had been working towards, you are now working towards something different and new from this previous experience. This is going to be something that you're working towards, something that you have not yet experienced in your life. However, with this Hierophant in the reverse, I do feel that, so what I stated before from the Temperance that presented from your sixth layer, you were needing to release the effort that, or the intention towards your divine partnership, you're needing to focus more on yourself. However, I feel that this Ace of Wands is going to be you again picking back up effort towards your divine partnership, because you have the Hierophant in the reverse that presents immediately following this. The Hierophant upright refers to values, traditions, traditional systems, or personal beliefs. A traditional system that is going to be the traditional system of marriage. And so this can be a marriage card. And because the marriage card is presenting in reverse, that is also, that's really specifically what indicates to me that you're trying to work back towards this partnership, but still, because this card is in the reverse, you still are unable to physically bring in this partnership. And from this, you are presenting in the dynamic of the Page of Pentacles, someone who is um, initiative, who in specific or towards specific material possessions, or physical manifestations, whether that's material possessions, physical surroundings, or life satisfaction. But I really feel it's going to be material possessions, specifically the material body. I do consider the material possessions because we are physical, so we are a material possession. I really feel that your divine partner, essentially the divine feminine, is going to be the specific pentacle that you're wanting to work towards, divine masculine. So you, and especially because you had this Ace of Wands, the page essentially is going to be the direct user and beneficiary of aces in any suit, um, because the page is such a youthful and lighthearted, um, dynamic, who, most part, he is someone who genuinely acts within the ace dynamics. Um, this is just going to be the dynamic of what the ace suits intend. So I stated that essentially to convey that you divine masculine are actively using this Ace of Wands as you're in this Page of Pentacles energy. You found new towards your partner with the intention of physically bringing in your partner. So this is going to be the physical interaction. This is going to be the intention that you have, divine masculine. The Ace of Wands is going to be the actual physical work that you are undergoing towards your partner, and the intention to go towards your partner is being indicated by this Page of Pentacles. Now, with the Hermit in the reverse, this is indicating that you should not be working towards this partnership, divine masculine. The Hermit card in the upright is someone who goes within, who isolates themselves, whether they physically isolate themselves, or if they're unable to physically isolate themselves, they socially isolate themselves in order to have growth, expansion, and maturation. With this being in the reverse, this is indicating that you're needing to isolate yourself to go within in any capacity, but you're avoiding to do so. And you're avoiding to do so because you have refocused yourself towards this divine partnership when it was already indicated with the world in the reverse and the temperance upright. You are needing to have your own spiritual growth, expansion, and maturation, divine masculine. You cannot and should not be interacting or going towards this divine partnership because you yourself are not in a stabilized, harmonious, and healthy connection with yourself. Now, the ninth layer of your tree, divine masculine, refers to your conscious spiritual interactions. So, how you physically are interacting with your spirituality. The cards that have presented for you are the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups reverse, the Two of Pentacles reverse, and the Five of Cups reverse. So, before I get into the specific dynamics and messages, I do want to point out, divine masculine, you have 3 out of 4 cups cards, and this layer of your tree is specifically referring to spirituality. And so, because you have these cups cards, this just in a general sense indicate to me that for your spiritual expansion, you're needing emotional depth and maturity beyond what you currently have and are experiencing, and quite frankly, are capable of. Because that phrase specifically wanted to present itself. Because I when I started speaking, I didn't have the intention of saying that. It really feels that you are incapable of emotional maturity. And I will say this: you initially presented in the Three of Cups because you're interacting with each other, with others who are not your divine partner, but your partner themselves, the divine feminine, presented in the Two of Cups. And as for divine partners will mirror each other. So if your divine masculine or excuse me, if your divine feminine is experiencing this emotional disconnect, you are also experiencing emotional disconnect. I really feel that you weren't allowing yourself to either see and understand the emotional disconnect, or quite frankly, I feel it's more accurate that you were unable to see the emotional immaturity that you were experiencing because you had the intentions of wanting your divine partnership, yet you, with this Three of Cups, you're just interacting with whatever romantic connection appears in front of you without discerning if that is your divine partner. You're essentially put yourself out there without any sort of vetting or filtering process. You chose to accept whatever romantic connection came towards you without making sure you have the understanding and certainty that that is your divine partner. You chose to allow whatever connection came towards you to come towards you. So, for the dynamic of your spirituality, how you are consciously interacting with spiritualism and your personal spirituality, divine masculine, the the Nine of Cups in the upright is indicating that you have a clear and consistent emotional goal, which, as established and reiterated multiple times, is going to be your divine partner and divine partnership. But you're unable to successfully fulfill and complete the emotional intentions that you have. 10 is going to be the numerological number of completion. 9 is going to be just one short of that, but also one beyond 8, which numerologically refers to continuity, consistency, um, diligence. So 9 between the and the completion of the effort. This is going to be a continued diligent work without seeing the success, but it's going to be more persevering than the 8, because 8 numerologically is infinity, and so can be continuity and continuation. If something persists for too long, it can become stagnant and therefore dated or essentially obsolete beyond its intention and current interaction. With this being the Nine of Cups, this is stating that the energy isn't going to be repetitive or redundant. It's going to be persevering and diligent, but it's still not going to be successful in the way that it's intended to be. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, however, this is indicating that you are starting to receive the emotional understanding of what what is emotional disconnecting, or how this emotional disconnect is experiencing. The Seven of Cups in the upright would have indicated 7, because it's one short of 8, which is reflective of continuity and consistency. 7 numerologically can be a sign and symbol of delays, interruptions, but also incompletion or unsuccess. So, had this card presented in the upright, this would have further indicated that you are unable to successfully emotionally work towards whatever intention that you have, which I intuitively, not even just intuitively, based on how the cards have presented, what cards have presented, your emotional intention is towards your divine partnership, divine masculine. But had this card presented upright, that would have further indicated that the emotional disconnect is still occurring, because this is in the reverse. This is indicating that the disconnect is easing. You are gaining understanding of what's needed for this emotional connection to complete and to be successful. You are you're moving out of the energy of emotional disconnection. However, with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, because you are understanding what the emotional disconnection is and potentially how to move forward, it does allow you to understand that you simply don't have the physical satisfaction that you're wanting to have. I intuitively feel that the physical satisfaction you're wanting to have is the divine partnership. And I, not to be arrogant, I think it's very interesting that you very early on presented as the King of Pentacles in the upright, someone who's very assured and satisfied with their physical possessions, but now you're presenting in the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, someone who, quite frankly, can't tell left from right when it comes to their physical possessions, um, or physical surroundings, what's going on with them, or their life satisfaction. You do not know what is physically good for you at this point with this Two of Pentacles in reverse. So all of the that presented for you, and quite frankly, there were a lot, had the World in reverse. You have the Death card. Where did it go? I think these cards got mixed up. Hold on. Okay, it was later. Sorry about that. So you have the World in reverse. That is indicating you going within. You have the Temperance card in the upright. You receiving spiritual expansion and wisdom through patience. So essentially, again, isolating yourself, going within, similar to that World in reverse. You have the Hanged Man in reverse. You were needing a different perspective. You have the Ego Death card itself. That's self-explanatory. This is the expansion and maturation. You have the Star card, so you're on your divine purpose eventually. And you have the Hermit in reverse. You were needing to still be within yourself, to still be isolating, but you were avoiding it. I I reiterated all of this in order to reinforce that this King of Pentacles you were initially experiencing was an egoic interaction. You were having the satisfaction because you were unaware that there is something more, is something greater, something more beneficial to you. There is something more aligned for you, divine masculine. You just didn't have the awareness that that existed. And quite frankly, that in question is going to be your divine feminine. And I did state, from this, the Knight of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse, because this satisfaction that you were experiencing was not a mature or a deeply satisfying satisfaction. So this Two of Pentacles in reverse reinforces what was picked up about your energy initially. You genuinely and deeply are not physically satisfied with yourself, divine masculine, but through all of this, you had convinced yourself that you were satisfied. And then through the growth and expansion, all of the spiritual opportunities that presented for you, those allowed you to grow and mature into the understanding that your physical experience is not deeply fulfilling for you, divine masculine. It's not really aligned for you. Now, with this Five of Cups in reverse, I do feel that this is indicating that after you recognizing your physical dissatisfaction, it allows you to emotionally understand your disconnect. what is emotionally disconnecting for you and how it's emotionally disconnecting for you is this card has a very similar intention as the Seven of Cups reverse, but the difference between the five suits and the seven suits, seven, um, both of these indicate disconnect towards a particular goal, but the seven is specifically when there is an attempt or effort towards a particular goal and it's simply being unfulfilled. The five is going to be a general disconnect. Uh, so the seven differs from effort without success. Um, so just to go over this level again, because I really feel dynamic reaffirms um, messages that presented. So I wanted to reiterate um, or circle back to these messages, but I feel that that may have confused the situation some. So to go back over this layer, this level, this is going to be your spirituality. The Nine of Cups is indicating that you have an emotional goal and intention with your spirituality, but you're unable to complete it. You are unable to complete it because you were essentially experiencing an emotional disconnect with your intentions, and that intention is going to be the divine partnership. The Seven of Cups in reverse is indicating that you're moving out of that emotional disconnect from you now having more emotional understanding. It allows you to realize that you do not have the physical satisfaction that you thought you had. And with this realization, we're able to come into acceptance and understanding of, again, the emotional um, disconnection that you're having. And so for level 10, which is going to be the mutual interaction between level 9 and level 1, essentially how you, what you feel about your spirituality and how you're responding to your spirituality, divine masculine. The cards that have presented are the Four of Swords reverse, the Three of Swords reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Hi, Maslin. I am very pleased and satisfied with the cards that have presented for this level. This is going to be your response to what you experience with your spirituality. I stated that you have experienced that emotional understanding of the disconnect that you're having, and you've also understood or you've also realized that you don't have the physical satisfaction that you thought you had or that you're wanting to have. Your response to that with the Four Swords in the reverse, this is indicating, as I stated before, the four suits are my partnership cards. This Four of Swords reverse specifically refers to mental or communicative disconnect within the divine partnership. And so, because this is going to be the dynamic of your response to your spiritual experiences has allowed you to understand and realize that you mentally are at odds with partnership. Um, this card can indicate that one or both parties are experiencing this disconnect. But what initially came out and very strongly came out, or assertively came out, was you are experiencing this mental disconnect. So I really feel that this dynamic is more so more your energy than your partner's, if it's both of you. So if it's just one partner, it is going to be you, divine masculine, because that's what and how presented. That's what presented and how it presented. If it's both partners, it's going to be more the divine masculine than the divine feminine. So you have this understanding that there is a mental disconnect between you and your partner. You also now have the understanding or the greater perspective of the true or the intended dynamic of you and third party or group situations with this Three of Swords in reverse. This is actually indicating that you are releasing mental intention towards the third party situations you had been in. So you were trying to connect with your divine partner by allowing yourself to experience any romantic connection that came towards you. With this Three of Swords in reverse, this is you realizing that these are third party interactions, essentially, divine partnership. And from this, you have the Four of Pentacles in the upright, divine masculine. This is the physical union of this divine partnership. You are now able to physically understand the dynamic of the divine partnership, but also what you need, or what the partnership itself needs in order to physically manifest. And it will be physically manifesting because this Four of Pentacles is in the upright. With that Four of Pentacles, divine masculine, you have now completed your divine partnership. I stated before with the Emperor that presented, the Emperor is going to be the masculine master of all four suits. You now have all four partnership suits that have presented within your reading. Even though it's reversed, that's because that's the at that time or within that area of your life. You have the Four of Wands. It's again in reverse for the same reason. You have the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. This indicates that even though it's not fully aligned, it is the divine partnership is on its path in order to be unionized. And that is that presented. I the partnership wasn't or is not physically manifested, but it's on its divine path. And so now that you have all four of these suits that have presented for you, it reaffirms that yes, this is a divine partnership. And yes, you are on your path. It's simply outside of divine timing for the connection to be physically unionized. and attract it in to its full extent, at least. So, to reiterate, your response to your spirituality, you're essentially understanding the mental disconnect that you're having with or about the divine partnership. And I really feel that the mental disconnect is because you weren't seeing that these third party romantic connections were that third parties. You weren't seeing your partnership for what it is. But because you now have this understanding, you are in alignment to physically bring the partnership in. Now, with your 11th layer, this is going to be your higher forces, the divine connection that you rely on to guide you, divine masculine. The cards that have presented are the Wheel of Fortune reverse and the Chariot upright. The impression that I'm getting from this dynamic is essentially your divine forces have taken a back seat role. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, this is actually indicating that your divine forces are allowing you, divine masculine, to now dictate your life direction. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright is a dynamic in which someone allows fate to play out on its own. It's the Wheel of Fortune because someone is open to the universe bringing to them um, circumstances, situations, or opportunities for spiritual growth and expansion. Versus if this card is in the reverse, the dynamic is when someone chooses to seek this spiritual expansion and growth for themselves. They're not waiting for the universe to bring them new opportunity. They're creating opportunity for themselves. And so that's why I feel that your divine forces are essentially taking a backseat role. Now that you've had all of this, the spiritual expansion, I reiterated those the plethora of spiritual cards that presented for you. And then even just before, from your spirituality and the mutual interaction, you have grown into better understanding of yourself and of your situation. So yes, your divine forces, they've done their work. They they did their due, divine masculine, because I'll just go over the cards again. World reverse, temperance upright, hangman reverse, death upright, star upright, hermit reverse. Your spiritual team has put in work for you, and you yourself have also put in work and understanding, but now they're needing you to continue that work. And with you continuing that work, it does allow you to have a new experience. It does allow you to finally be able to move on and move forward, as indicated by this chariot in the upright. The chariot is essentially a radical or significant change in experience that allows for growth, expansion, and maturation. Oftentimes, the significant change that occurs within the chariot dynamic involves a physical relocation. So it could be moving homes within the same or immediate or general environmental vicinity, or it could be a long distance move or relocation, or it's just any significant change to your current experience and to your current reality. If how you're perceiving the world no longer is the same as how you were perceiving it before, that can be indicated in the chart, even if your physical location stays the same, even if your physical body itself stays the same. Um, it's just any significant alteration to your reality, whether it's perceived your the way you perceive your reality or your physical reality itself. So the 12th layer is going to be the mutual interaction between layer 1 and layer 11. So how you are interacting with your divine forces, how you're responding to your divine forces. And the way that you respond is by being in your Empress energy. This is very satisfying to me, divine masculine, because honestly, the intent of divine partnerships, the way I interpret, feel, and experience divine partnerships, they're mirrors. The divine partners are mirrors. So the dynamic, the expression of one partner is going to be the same or very closely similar to the dynamic, and the expression of the other partner. Meaning, you, divine masculine, within your true, fully divine masculine state, which is going to be the emperor, which you previously presented as, the counterpart to that is the empress. And so the significance of you later presenting as the empress is to indicate that you have released yourself from only interacting within a masculine dynamic. You are allowing yourself to interact and experience within a feminine dynamic, which allows you to further expand your own masculine dynamic, but it also allows you to better understand your genuine, true, divine feminine counterpart, who is going to be the empress herself if she were presented. But your divine feminine counterpart is still, at this point, I don't even know if she's still experiencing this emotional disconnect, but previously she had been experiencing this emotional disconnect. The majority of the remaining of your reading very significantly reflects your personal spiritual expansion. And so that's why I can't really indicate if you're divine feminine, how at this point, once you have reached your empress state, how your divine feminine is presenting herself. But I can only assume you've reached your empress state, your divine feminine is. But that's just an assumption. It's not a guarantee. But regardless, you're going to be within your divine feminine. And from you, divine masculine, being able to embrace your divine feminine, you are now, or beginning to be able to balance and harmonize both your divine masculine and divine feminine dynamics, within just yourself. And not only you are able to do so, if your divine feminine is also doing the work that she needs to do, she should be in her emperor state. And so she is also able to balance and harmonize her internal divine masculine aspects. For the 13th and final layer, this is going to be, this can be general, this can be like overview messages to summarize the rest of your tree of life, or this could be general higher self guidances. So we'll see how the dynamic presents. But the cards that I have presented for you, Divine Masculine, for your 13th layer, the base of your tree. The cards that are presented are the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles reverse, the High Priestess reverse, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords and Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles and Ten of Swords reverse, Ace of Pentacles and Judgment, and finally the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So let me take a look over the cards to get the understanding of the intention for this dynamic, and also what messages are wanting to be conveyed. Okay. So I do feel that this is going to be a general advice for you, Divine Masculine, from your higher self, your spirit team, divine guides. With the three, with the Queen of Swords presenting, I do intuitively feel that this is actually referring to, excuse me, your divine feminine's energy, divine masculine. I really feel that your divine feminine is now asserting herself within, no, not more asserting herself, is now asserting herself within your reading. I can't say more asserting, because the second level, which would have been the divine feminine, that's her level on her own. It's not really her asserting herself, because that's simply her place. Um, that level was always going to be your divine partnership connection, whether it was your divine feminine or if it was some other circumstance or situation. So she wasn't really asserting herself. Um, she was more so just necessarily making herself, that was simply her place to be. But she's now more physically asserting herself and inserting herself into your reading, Divine Masculine. So this Queen of Swords in the upright is indicating that your divine feminine is a very mature being. She's someone who has good thinking capability, um, calculative and methodical problem solving skills. She's able to understand, discern, and ascertain certain situations for herself, but also she knows how to work through conflict and difficult situations successfully because this card is in the upright. She's essentially able to carry her own and handle herself. With this Three of Pentacles in the reverse, following this Queen of Swords, I feel that this is indicating that she was also physically interacting in a third party situation. And that's really funny that that dynamic is wanting to come through because you were initially emotionally connecting with third party connections. And as I've stated, divine partners do mirror each other. So this is indicating that she herself was also um, interacting in third party connections. But honestly, she had a more physical approach. So it feels that you were intending to date or court or emotionally connect with these third party connections. She was only having physical relationships with these third party connections. But this Three of Pentacles in the reverse is indicating that she is releasing this third party connection. She is no longer having these physical. However, even as release these third party situations, she is currently within her high priestess reverse energy, meaning she is not entirely spiritually aligned and on the path where she should be. Especially because this card immediately follows the Three of Pentacles, it's most likely because this third party situation was too unaligned, where even though she's no longer in it, she still has work to fulfill in order to move beyond completely this energetic dynamic. There are still vestiges and remnants of this dynamic within her as the Queen of Wands. So showed her she's very smart, calculating, methodical. She's very understanding and initiative, confident in her intentions for a particular goal, but she's able to physically that's out to do what she intends to do with this Queen of Swords. This Queen of Wands is indicating that yes, she has control over the mental effort that she puts into whatever her intentions are currently. She has control over that effort, but she is also successful because this card is in the upright. However, with this Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is indicating that following this Queen of Wands, okay, the Eight of Wands reverse following the Wands and the High Priestess reverse, even though she's successful in whatever physical effort or pursuit she intends, the intentions of those efforts are not within spiritual alignment because she's still experiencing being the high priestess in reverse. This Eight of Wands reverse is indicating that is letting go of her current physical intentions. Um, whatever effort or yes, whatever effort she is implementing with this current Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands reverse is indicating that she is letting go of that specific effort, and that effort was not in alignment with her higher self. So because this her dynamic isn't indicating specifically how she has received the understanding to know to release effort towards these current goals, but whatever it is that she is doing or has done, she is understanding that what she had been working towards is not in her long-term best interest, and so she's having that realization. With that realization, it does allow the two of you to grow into more alignment, to mutually physically manifest each other, as indicated with you presenting as the Knight of Wands following her dynamic. You, with the Knight of Wands, you're someone who um, this is a very sweet energy. Knights are going to be romantic court dynamics between the page, queen, and kings. The knights are going. The knights are the more romantic, romantically aligned and romantically intending um, court dynamic. And so, with you being the Knight of Wands, this really feels like that you are starting back up again towards your divine partnership. But at this point, you have clearer understanding and focus of where you should be, and that is with your actual divine feminine, um, divine masculine. You're not putting in as much effort as you're not putting in full effort, which would have been indicated by the King of Wands. You're being more considerate and thoughtful in your approach, more methodical in how you approach. I really feel that because of all the experiences that you previously had with attempting to go towards romantic partnerships but not actually going towards your divine partnership, and then the just the whole journey of your spiritual expansion and coming into understanding and realization that you were going towards romantic connections that were not your divine partnership. This really feels that you're being more thoughtful within this Knight of Wands dynamic because of your previous experiences. You want to be certain that the person you're going towards is the right person for you, because you were going towards people who were not for you. Now, with the Seven of Swords, this is indicating to me that whatever mental perspective you had before, you have decided to release that perspective. Cut short this meaning, the dynamic of this card, but I really feel the following card is mutually exclusive to the Seven of Swords. The Ace of Cups is presenting to indicate, following the Seven of Swords, that you're releasing and letting go of your previous mental perception and perspective, and allowing yourself to emotionally expand and embrace new emotional potential for you, as indicated with this Ace of Cups. So because you took a more careful approach with your physical attracting of your divine partnership, divine masculine. You no longer have the mental tendencies that you had before, which was honestly to go towards whomever just to figure out if they are your partner versus deciding if someone is your partner before you attempt to go towards them. You're releasing your past habits, allowing yourself to experience new and expanded emotion. And if you're not yet allowing yourself to experience this, you're at least opening yourself up to the potential to experience this new emotional connection that you have never had. And with the Five of Pentacles, this is indicating that from your honestly mental and emotional maturity, you are now able to change the physical aspects of your life in order to reflect this new understanding that you've come into. I really feel that the the physical changes that you're undergoing is with the intention of more physically attracting in your divine feminine. With the Ten of Swords in the reverse, so that this dynamic is indicating that from you initiating these physical changes in your life, divine masculine, it allows you to experience the came out to me as I was trying to get this message out was catharsis. You are experiencing mental catharsis with this Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords upright can indicate consistent, diligent, and successful work towards a mental pursuit. It could also indicate fully energetic mental conflict or mental work towards a particular goal. The Ten of Swords upright um, can also be an indicator of like arguments, heavy arguments between different parties. But with this being in the reverse, this is indicating that this full amount of mental effort is being released, and that's why the word catharsis wanted to initially present, because you are experiencing this essentially this mental release throughout your entire reading, divine masculine. You had been making attempts to go towards this divine partnership, and I really feel that you not being able to manifest your partnership um, causing significant mental upset. Ten of Swords reverse is indicating that you're releasing all of that energy. You're no longer having this. You not only need, okay, not only, oh no, I lost what I was intending to say with that. I'm so sorry. I'll just, I'm suddenly at a loss of words. You're no longer confused. with this Ten of Swords in reverse. You're no longer confused about yourself and your situation. You're no longer confused about, if not specifically who your divine partner is, you're no longer confused about how your divine partner is, essentially, the type of person she is. If at this point the two of you are not yet physically connected, which I do feel is the case, because there isn't an indicator of like physical um, unionized connection. This the only well the only pentacles that has presented within your dynamic, because this Three of Pentacles was the only pentacles within your dynamic is the Five of Pentacles, and this is referring to you making changes to bring in this divine partnership. So you don't, it's still not, but with the Ace of Pentacles, you are, card is indicating that this is, have now allowed yourself to open to the potential to physically receiving your divine partner. As I stated before, the ace suits are going to be new beginnings or new creations. Pentacles are physical manifestations, so material possessions, physical surroundings, or I feel that the pentacle is going to be your divine partner, her as a person. Um, you are able to begin physically bringing in this partnership. And following this is going to be the Judgment upright. From you opening this potential to now physically connect with your partner, you're able to receive spiritual understanding. From this, the spiritual understanding that you're receiving, and this could physically look a number of ways. It just depends on you personally, divine masculine, how this energy is playing out. But however it physically looks, the end result is that you are receiving spiritual understanding of your situations. And through this understanding, you are able to release the disconnect and the blockages that have existed for this physical unionization. The Seven of Pentacles in the upright would have indicated that you were attempting to physically attract in the union, but unable to do so. Because it's in the reverse, this is indicating that whatever disconnect, delays, or blockages that had existed to manifest the physical connection is being released. It's no longer a blockage, or it's beginning to be no longer a blockage. With this being the card ending your reading, moving forward beyond the next year, because the entire reading is for the upcoming full year, 12 months. More than, it's going to be more than a year for divine partnerships to come together at this point, because the Seven of Pentacles reverse is the final card. So there is still a significant amount of time needed to align with, unionize, and attract and manifest the physical divine partnership for you, divine masculine. But just know that the upcoming year for you, divine masculine, is going to be very expansive. This is going to be a very interesting and significant year for you, divine masculine. I I really feel compelled to go over these spirituality cards again. The world in reverse, you're needing to go within, because I'm doing this because those dynamics are those dynamics are the situations that spirit is presenting to you that will allow you to expand and grow into the person you need to even be open to the potential of your partnership. You can't even, what this is stating is that your growth and expansion doesn't even allow you to have physical access to your partner. It allows you to have internal access to potentially having your partner. And I really feel that that is a significant message to convey and reiterate. The spiritual work that you need, divine masculine, is so significant that it's not even going to satisfy your intentions the way that you're wanting it to satisfy. You're still going to be needing more work beyond all of this. But again, to reiterate, you have the world in the reverse, so you're needing to go within. um, the temperance in the upright, you're needing to have patience, you're needing to be with just yourself. The first card that presented was the Three of Cups. You do not need to be in this energy, divine masculine. Whatever romantic interactions you feel you're wanting to go towards within the upcoming year, even if one of these romantic interactions happens to be your divine feminine, but you don't realize she's your divine feminine, you're not in a position to physically be in your divine partnership. So you really do need to be on your own, with your own. Allow yourself to grow and expand spiritually. Allow yourself to mature mentally and emotionally. But you're needing patience with this temperance. The hangman, you're needing a different perspective. What it is that you currently are experiencing in your reality, within the upcoming year, you will not be experiencing that reality. You will not have the same reality that you do as of when this reading is being recorded and posted. The death card, you're needing to undergo ego death. And the hermit in the reverse. This dynamic was you avoiding your isolation, avoiding your internal work. You have to turn this hermit card upright. You do need to go within yourself. You do need to have deeper understanding of yourself, of the world, of the universe, so that way you can find your universal and divine path. The chariot, this is going to be the significant change. As I stated, whatever your current reality is, divine masculine, it will not be your reality at the end of the upcoming year. It will not be your same reality. It will not be the same reality for you within 12 to 18 months. So, with that, that will conclude your um, 2025 yearly reading, Isis Tree of Life, Divine Masculine. Um, Again, to reiterate the overall dynamic of the upcoming year: spiritual growth and expansion, emotional and mental maturation, um, understand that everyone you are seemingly attracted to, you are not spiritually attracted to, because they're not your divine partner. Um, and as long as you have that understanding, um, I feel that you should be able to discern very well um, futuristic and upcoming situations, circumstances, and opportunities for you. Allow yourself to receive from the universe, from God, from your higher self, whatever divine forces you personally rely on, divine masculine. Allow yourself to open up to receiving a lot more than what you are currently allowing yourself to receive, because you do need to receive. And your um, you did end your tree itself, not the base, but the tree, the 12th layer of the tree. So your interaction between yourself and your spirituality, you present as the Empress, meaning all at the end of the day, you will be in a receptive energy. Yes, you do need to begin allowing yourself to open up into a receptive energy, to be receiving, to be open to receiving, because what you will receive is going to be, it's going to be the best intentions for you. It's going to, I mean, I really can't say anything more than it's going to be spiritually aligned and spiritually meant for you, divine masculine. So keep yourself open, keep yourself grounded, excuse me, and just trust yourself and trust your guides. And I think you'll be fine, divine masculine. So that will conclude your reading, your Isis Tree of Life reading for the next 12 months of 2025, the next 12 to 18 months from March 2025. I do hope you were able to receive some understanding, clarity, and guidance around and for your situations. But I do thank you very much for joining me here. I love you very much, and good night.